Okay, so part two of supply meets demand, we're going to focus on shortages and surplus. So the essential question is, how do surpluses and shortages help determine market prices? So what happens when the seller gets the price wrong? Sometimes the seller sets the price too high or too low. If the price is too low, it creates a shortage as the product sells out quickly and sellers could have raised the price to make more money. If the price is too high, it creates a surplus as the product doesn't sell very well and too much product stays on the shelf, not making money for the seller. Okay. Now, either instances mean that the producer could technically lose money because if they don't raise the price high enough, they could lose money. And if they don't, if the price is too high, then people are not buying their product. They could also lose money. What is a shortage? When quantity demanded is greater than quantity supplied. When the price is too low and needs to be raised. What does a shortage look like graphically? That means that the price is lower than equilibrium. So it is not market price. According to the graph, the price is set at $20. What is the quantity supplied? Okay, so if the price is set at $20, the quantity supplied is 400. What is the quantity demanded? Looks like the quantity demanded here could be 800. So therefore you have a shortage. That means they could have increased the price. Notice that the market equilibrium price is $30. If it had been at market equilibrium, this shortage potentially would not have happened. Write down an example where you've experienced a shortage. And then what can sellers do to respond to a shortage and bring the price to equilibrium? Now, one of a great example that we can focus on now, since we've kind of seen it all firsthand, was during the pandemic, you had a shortage in certain paper products like toilet paper, Kleenex, major things like that. So what we noticed is at the very beginning of the pandemic, toilet paper was, still at a regular price, something that it was not super expensive. But what happened? All that toilet paper flew off the shelves and they could not keep it in stock. So what do you notice now about toilet paper? Well, when I go to the store, toilet paper really, depending on how much you get, a base level toilet paper, I like Charmin, is potentially upwards of $20 to $30. That is ridiculously expensive when you think if it's just toilet paper. But that is because they are responding to the shortage and they are trying to bring the price to equilibrium. What is a surplus? A surplus is when quantity demanded is less than quantity supplied. When the price is too high and it needs to be lowered. What does a surplus look like graphically? That means the price is higher than the equilibrium. According to this graph, the price is set at $40. What is the quantity supplied? Well, if you look at $40, the quantity supplied is 800 units. What is the quantity demanded? Quantity demanded is 400 units. Notice that your market equilibrium is $30 and 600 units, which means here now you have created a surplus. You've made too many, which means you're losing money. When sellers realize they have a surplus of goods, how can they get consumers to buy more of the goods? List as many ways that you can think of. Now, if you notice, like I said in class, and earlier we had this discussion over TJ Maxx and Ross and certain companies like that. What they will do is when there is a surplus of goods that the retailer of the specific clothing brand, if they've produced a surplus, then they will usually give, they'll sell off that leftover stock or that leftover surplus at a bulk price, a discounted price to a TJ Maxx or a Ross. And that is where you will have those, sales. And so they have now gotten their money somewhat back for that discounted price. They still lost money in that transaction, but they got some money back through that bulk purchase, that bulk sale. And that is it.